Entrepreneur, founder, author, and financial advisor Marc Bernstein helps high-performing business owners turn their visions into reality. Through his innovative work and the Forward Focus Forums, Marc connects entrepreneurs to resources that fuel their success. Founders Forum is a radio show and podcast where entrepreneurs share their journeys, revealing the lessons they've learned and the stories behind their success. Join Marc and his guests for a mix of inspiration, valuable insights, and a little fun. Now, let's dive in.
Good morning, America. How are you? This is Founders Forum, and we're here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania today. And there's a bit of story, but I think it'll come out through our podcast as to why we're doing this. And we're actually featuring several shows on Lancaster, PA, because it's a happening place. It's not at all what I knew of Lancaster growing up in the Philadelphia area, which is not very far away. And I've been introduced by our guests, actually, by my co-hosts, actually, to Lancaster, and everything that's going on here is very excited. It's always listed as one of the top places to live in America, and we're here to help tell that story. So we're going to start with first co-host, Ray Loewe, who is the luckiest guy in the world. And anything else you want to say about yourself, Ray?
No, I think there's nothing else that could be more descriptive than that. And if you look at where I am, I'm surrounded by three wonderful people. That's why I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
Well, you're always the luckiest guy in the world. Ray, by the way, so we're going to start with our topic of the day. So I'll ask Ray, and then I'll introduce everyone individually. So the topic of the week, actually, 2 days ago, I did a podcast in Philadelphia with Joshua Funk, who happens to be CEO of TFB Catering, who happened to do a big affair last night, and it was called, what was it called, Deb?
The Fig Emerald Celebration.
The Fig Emerald Celebration. So Deb is a previous, so I'm jumping around now, but Deb is a previous guest on the show, and she runs Fig Industries, including Fig Magazine, which is a big fixture here in Lancaster. And it was a wonderful party last night. And anyway, Josh was there. And the other day, I happened to bring up the topic of community, not thinking anything about Lancaster, just thinking about community. And he spoke about Lancaster and all the great things happening here. So with that as our context, I'm going to ask you all the same question. When you think of community, what do you think of? So I'll start with Ray, and then we'll go around the table.
Well, community to me is more important than it is for most people. I relocated from Cherry Hill, New Jersey to Lancaster about 4 years ago. And when I moved here, I knew no one, okay? And so getting out in the community and finding out what I want, who I want to talk to. I happen to live in a continuing care community. It's a wonderful place called Willow Valley, and it has a community of 2,600 people that live here. They're my new friends and neighbors. And then I happened to meet Deborah Brandt a while ago, and she kind of started to introduce me into the community of Lancaster. And I'm finding out it's a place of wonderful restaurants and wonderful shops and wonderful people. And every once in a while, you get a horse and buggy on the road before you, and it's not annoying. It's part of the character of the community. So this is just a great place. So that's my version of community, Mark.
And that's so Founders Forum helped bring you into the community, because that's how you met Deb Brandt. So
yep, thanks much.
So now Deb Brandt, and Deb, thank you, Ray. Deb is way in the middle of this community, and she, as I mentioned, she's the CEO and founder of Fig Industries. Tell a little bit more about yourself if you'd like, and then let's get into the community question.
Thank you, Mark. It's so good to see you again and to be part of Founders Forum. I own a company called Fig Industries, and I moved back from New York City and dove into my community. So elaborating on what community means to me, it's a place that you can grow something and literally support each other. So community is finding engagement, finding not just what makes you, happy and ways to entertain yourselves, but actually how can you help your neighbors? How can you engage in your community and make it better and make it more meaningful with the work that you do?
And I know with Fig, which is a business, a for-profit business,
yes,
but you're doing that every day, I know, because you're all over the community every day.
It is our mission to connect people to their community. So this is a perfect podcast. Thank you for having me.
And I saw Deb running around this morning delivering her beautiful, really one of the nicest, it is the nicest city magazine I've ever seen anywhere in my travels, and I travel a lot. So
it's been 20 years, so thank you. And I still love it. That's the best part.
I know you do. And she spoke last night at the, called a gala, a cocktail party, but she just emotes excitement about it still after 20 years.
It was a cocktail party with 500 of my closest friends.
That's great. I was privileged privilege to be honored to be there as well. So thank you. And that leads us to Justina. So Justina Latura is founder of Vine Bar. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I lost my sheets this morning. So anyway, I'm losing my something else. It sounds like, but anyway. So too much partying last night, I guess. Anyway, tell us about yourself, just your description of who you are, and then we'll answer.
Sure. Thank you to everyone here, and thank you to Deb for recommending me and introducing me to Marc. I'm co-founder, CEO of Vine Bar, and I guess I like to describe us as Lancaster's boutique artisanal enoteca. We're modeled after an Italian enoteca, and we are really here to kind of be a wine cafe, a place where you can come and learn and slow down and enjoy the fruits, the crafts of these amazing producers that we get to work one-on-one with in Italy.
It's a really interesting wine and dine business, really, and it's and they're organic wines, by the way, as well.
Correct. Yes,
they're
they're
no
all
preservatives.
organic. They're all artisanal. They're family. Lots of family history in there. They're all sustainably grown, farmed, biodynamic. Some of them. So yeah, there's a lot of love and care and attention.
So before we get into your story, how does community fit in? How do you fit into that definition of community?
I love this question because I've been in this community. I'm not from here. I'm a transplant. I've been here for 17 years now, though, and I've gotten to see so many different aspects of it. When I first moved here, I was working as a nurse at LGH, so I was kind of part of that hospital community, which it's a huge employer here. So, and then I had children, and I was kind of part of the wander around town, go to market with my kids community, stay-at-home mom. And then I studied to be an herbalist, worked as an herbalist, worked at Lemon Street Market, found that community, and now I'm really learning what being a business owner in the community, and the community like Lancaster, that's so fiercely loyal, that supports its small business owners. It feels really special, actually, to be part of that community.
It's amazing. I actually was invited to the ribbon cutting ceremony where Deb was this morning as well for Lancaster Gift Box, and they're going to be on the show eventually. And I saw that last night because I ran into them. He's a great salesman, Gabriel, and he sold me in a minute spiel as to like why I should be using all his gifts for our clients and things like that. And I'm interested. He's good.
I'm sure he's 100% right.
But you saw all the community support there this morning. Yeah. It was amazing. The people that showed up to the ribbon cutting. So tell us your story. So where did you come from to Lancaster, and how did you get here, and how did you arrive at this business?
A lot of ways. I've lived a lot of places before I came here, and I was a nurse, so kind of travel nursing. Nursing took me to DC, took me to Arizona, and I landed here via kind of the nursing world. Got a job at LGH. Always knew I wasn't gonna stay in that world. I don't know.
So are you saying wine is healthy?
For me, yes.
I was going to say you're still medicating people, with better stuff.
Yes. I want to hear about how you found your love of Italian wine, because I share that love with you.
I do. Well, and it's more than just Italian wine. It's really my love for the craft of it. These artisanal winemakers and the families that we've met. I mean, really, that's kind of my love for it, and it's the people behind it. Of course, I love the wine, and I love learning about it. It's been such a journey, because I went from being a nurse to an herbalist with my own private practice. COVID hit. It was really, I love connection, and I love the one-on-one aspect. And I was having to do Zoom calls and phone calls, and it was really hard. I didn't see that for my future as a clinical herbalist, and the wine business was a hobby.
So I would love to just say to the audience, you've created something really special.
Thank you, Deb.
And it's a beautiful place for people to find community. You have crafting nights. You have nights where people can come and learn Italian. Mm-hmm. You've created not just a place to come and drink wine, but you've created an experience. Mm-hmm. And I think that on a global level, people are missing those connections. Mm-hmm. So thank you.
Of course. That was
So you got into it. I think you met some wine growers in Italy, correct?
Yes, actually, we call him Uncle Jack. It's my husband's uncle, mom's first cousin.
Okay.
We call him Uncle Jack. So it's his family. He's been importing as his hobby in retirement for about 15 years into Delaware. And I would go to Delaware with Craig, and we'd go to Jack's wine parties, wine events. And, it was something that was I fell in love with what he was presenting, and he was presenting the stories of these artisanal small family farms. It was something really authentic that I hadn't really connected with in the wine world yet. Prior to that, maybe wine was a beverage that I really loved and enjoyed, but I didn't have a connection to it. And I loved the connection that Jack was making for his community, and it just kind of started to spark something. And I was working for Lemon Street Market at the time as their health and wellness manager, and I got the opportunity to go to Minneapolis to a conference for independent natural food retailers, and I sat in on a seminar on natural wine in natural food stores, and I thought, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get natural wine into Lemon Street Market. And that was really kind of the impetus for it, honestly. There were some other things, but we were already hobby wine lovers and hobby wine studiers and wine enthusiasts, and sharing it with our community, family and friends.
And just to bring everyone up to date, and then I want to turn it over to Deb. You do more than just have a location.
Right.
You are importers, federally and PA importers, and you're also a distributor, and you're also a retailer.
Right, exactly.
So you want to expand on that a little bit?
It just seemed like the best way to serve the winemakers that we partner with and we work directly with. They're creating this incredibly high quality product that is coming into our market at a little bit higher price. And so for us to make sure that these wines can be competitive in the PA market, that's a monopoly state, we thought, let's just cut out everyone. We'll cut out all the middlemen. We'll just do it all ourselves.
Right.
So that's why we do it that way, and that's how it started.
And you're partnering with a location in Philadelphia, I understand.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we happened upon another wine enthusiast who's doing it for passion. It's not his first career, second career, or third career. It's, it was his passion. He opened a little place just like we have. And he reached out to one of our winemakers. And then my winemaker in Italy sent me the email. And he said, why am I getting this email? Who is this guy?
Interesting. So then you got into it's part of the distribution business, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah.
Interesting. So, Deb, you want to talk about entrepreneurial challenges?
Yep, absolutely. So I have so much respect for other small businesses because I know the ups and downs and the challenges and going through, recessions and pandemics and all of those things. So at this point in time, what are some of the challenges that you've faced as an entrepreneur in Lancaster, but also in general?
I think the biggest challenge that I faced as an entrepreneur was taking a hobby and turning it into a business that makes money, that employs people. And I had to, I wasn't in the wine business before. I wasn't a business. I was, playing around with being a business owner in my private practice. But yeah, to be with a brick and mortar with employees, that was a big jump. But learning the PLCB code, learning liquor law, learning accounting, learning business 101, all of those things, that was probably my biggest challenge, was just learning it all and teaching myself everything. I'm all self-taught. I never went to business school. But working as a nurse, learning that kind of autonomy, working in the ER, I feel like was really kind of a great launching point.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on Founders Forum.
The Sattel Institute is the leading CEO member organization dedicated to corporate social responsibility. Under the vision and leadership of its founder, entrepreneur and philanthropist Ed Sattel, the Institute brings together CEOs in Philadelphia and other cities to support the nonprofit organizations that do heroic work in our communities. The Sattel Institute believes that community is every leader's business. SI's members-only meetings and private CEO conferences give members the opportunity to hear from world-class thought leaders on crucial topics like AI, education, corporate philanthropy, and more. In addition, CEO members get the opportunity to share ideas and experience with their peers, like-minded CEOs who believe in the importance of giving back to the community and who understand the benefits companies get from embracing corporate social responsibility. The Sattel Institute charges no dues or fees. In order to join, member companies simply make a long-term commitment to the nonprofit of their choice. To find out more about membership and why so many leading companies are now part of the Sattel Institute, visit the organization's website at satellinstitute.org. Satell, S-A-T-E-L-L, institute.org. As Ed Sattel says, think we, not just me.
We're back on Founders Forum, and Deb, I know you have some questions for Justina, so why don't you take it away?
I do. So we talked about challenges, and now I'd like to talk about, some of your inspirations to be able to do this, or people that, along the way that have helped you.
That's actually an easy one, because it's really the community and the entrepreneurs of Lancaster that really inspired me, getting to see the community that really comes together, supports, and it was working for Lemon Street Market, working for a small independent businesswoman, and then just and getting to be in that realm, and then just meeting one more business owner, meeting another business owner, and really seeing that this is a place where you can do that. I don't know that I could have started this business in any other place. Lancaster is really special for that reason. It really is.
I have to say, I'm a little bit biased, but you're right.
I know. I don't think we're biased. It's an unusual
I'm learning
place.
this because everybody says it. It's not just you.
No, there's something in the air here. Mm-hmm. It's not like any other place I've lived.
People want others to succeed, and I think that's pretty special.
Yeah, very much. And then interestingly, long before I knew Deb, long before I had this business, I've been here for 17 years, but I always loved Fig magazine. I just thought it was one of the most beautiful publications, and it supported small business, and I couldn't wait. I would always look through it, and there just happened to be an article in it several years ago, at the time that we were kind of turning this hobby into, what can we do with this? Can we turn this into something? There happened to be an article in Fig about a winery that had a business here in Lancaster, and that was kind of influential for us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, what a great surprise. So tell me, I want to know what you're most proud of with Fine Bar, and some of your greatest successes, or at least one.
Oh gosh. I think one of the things I'm most proud of is the people that have come to Vine Bar that want to work with us and learn with us and grow together with us. And I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of, is that our little team is growing together. And we're all learning this together. There wasn't really a model for what we're doing, so everybody has just been so excited to jump in and learn what they can and help us grow. I'm really proud of our team, honestly.
Well, you've brought Italian wines to Lancaster City in a big way, and you even helped co-found the Italian festival.
Yes.
Nearby.
Yeah, well, the La Piazza portion of it, the wine garden. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, when is that? I want to come. Plus, I want our listeners to know. Oh, it just happened. So it's in November.
September. It's in September.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we got to join the last 2 years.
And how many people did you bring this year?
We estimate around 20,000 people.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
was
Do you know about this, Ray?
pretty amazing.
Italian Festival?
I do now.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I know.
That's
Bring in
great.
Willow Valley.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We'll be back to talk to you about that.
I want to ask you, Justina, about this. The show is all about forward movement, looking into the future, and future visions. So, if we're having the same conversation, and it's 3 years from now, so it's late November 2028. What would have to happen over that 3-year period for you to feel that was a successful period in your business and your life?
A lot of things. We have big plans. So, I mean, one of the things that we are focused on is growth, and we've grown very, very quickly in year 2. I think coming into this business as an entrepreneur and starting this in my 40s, we would love to grow it as quickly as we can, and so we work a lot, and we have been able to do that. So we still have a lot of amazing goals. We would like to open 3 more locations in Pennsylvania. Our goal is to get a wine club going so either both locally and statewide distribution of these really unique varietals, small family farms, and then to partner with Lemon Street. That's still our goal. That was what started this, and so that's still our goal. So going in together to have a bottle shop and this natural food store all in one place, that's definitely one of our biggest goals for the next 3 years.
You also mentioned your hours working. You
Oh, yes. I would eventually love to work less than 80 hours a week.
She wants to work half a week.
Oh, yeah.
40 hours.
I like to work 40 hours.
40 hours. It's a half work
Yeah.
week. And you talked about, and also I know you're looking at profitability, and I know you want to maintain high standards. And
We do. I mean, I think one of the things I told you, Mark, when we first talked was that one of my goals over the next 3 years is to keep our team together and grow together and really not have any turnover. Well, at least, involuntary. One of the things we focused on from the beginning was educating our staff and our community about wine, about Italian wine, about, all things wine. We do classes every month. We do multiple classes every month. Bailey and I have written the curriculum for an 8-month series. All of our staff are wine educated through WSET. And so that's one of our focuses, is to all rise up together in this.
gotcha. By the way, you've mentioned Lemon Street a couple times. We didn't mention that what you were doing there, because you're an herbalist too,
Yes,
right?
yeah. So
We were talking about that last night a little bit.
yeah, it's always been a passion. It's always been something I practiced even when I was working as a nurse. So I decided to informally study it, with medicine, men and women, versus through school. And so, I was working at Lemon Street Market as an herbalist, as the health and wellness manager, and that's kind of what's also initiated my private practice as an herbalist.
You're still doing that too?
I had to give up some things to launch Fine Fire. I mean, once an herbalist, always an herbalist. It's how I take care of my family and my community.
Dad, we were comparing notes about how many supplements we take at that far. Together, it would be like a couple pockets full, I think, if you added them up. So, per day, yeah. So interesting. Also, I know you studied in Ecuador at one point.
I did.
And you speak, I think, pretty good Spanish, right?
Yeah, I went there when I was 17, actually, and I spent my senior year in Ecuador as an exchange student, became fluent in Spanish. Also had the opportunity to study in Austria and got to learn German there, and learned Italian so I can speak with our winemakers. So
right, and your Italian's is kind of advanced at this point. Right?
I mean, I was really proud of myself and had this great aha moment when we were just there last month. I had a high-level conversation about dreams and hopes and visions with one of our winemakers, and I thought, wow, I've done it.
That's awesome.
This was my goal.
By the way, I don't want people to forget, so if you're in Lancaster, make sure you check out Vine Bar. And also in Philadelphia, it's Calandrino's.
Calandrino's Old City Vino.
Yep. At 12th, 2nd and Arch. And you are at
237 North Prince Street.
In Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Deb, did you have any other things you're thinking about?
Wow, we covered a lot.
We covered a lot. We do.
Justina, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay. Are you a reader?
Yes.
And what are there books that have influenced you in terms of becoming an entrepreneur, or in terms of the things that you're doing today?
Yeah, and they're wine books, actually.
Okay, good. What's your favorite wine book that you could recommend to our listeners?
I feel like I'm going to butcher the name, but it's by Raj Par, and it's his book on, it's something about something sommelier. I actually don't remember the name of it, but that book was so influential. When I read through that, I wanted to try every wine that he described in it.
By the way, do you know anything about Sardinian wines?
I do, in fact. We have a new Sardinian producer that we're bringing on.
We got to talk.
Okay.
Because I love red wine.
Yes.
I can't drink most of it because I get all congested, and my wife too. Both of us really can't drink red wine except Sardinian wine. Someone told us about that.
Well, can I let you in on an industry secret?
Yes. Please.
There are 76...
Nobody else is listening.
Right. There are 76 USDA approved additives in U.S. wines.
Right.
So what we've noticed at Vine Bar is that, when we serve low intervention wine, there's nothing added, there's nothing removed during the winemaking process. And so we get all these customers that come in and say, I can't drink this and I can't drink that. And then they drink our wine and they say, I didn't think I could. Yeah. So
I have to stop by.
Mark, I will vouch for that.
Yeah.
I can only drink Italian wine now.
Is that right?
It's true. Yep.
Well, organic Italian wine, because
Italian wine.
Because we drink lots of Italian wines, and it doesn't always work.
I can drink Vine Bar wine.
That's great. Well, I'm going to make a stop before I leave town today. We're going to test this theory.
Yes.
Although I have to wait another 15 days till I'm off of my whole 30. But anyway, that's a whole nother story.
That's a you thing.
So we only have about a minute left. Tell me what do you do for fun in Lancaster? What kind of things? What are your favorite things to do?
I love strolling the city. I love looking at the houses and the architecture and finding an alley that I haven't been down before, which I can still do in 17 years.
This is a very interesting city. I've just started walking it a bit, and it's really interesting. And how about when you're in Italy? What are your favorite things to do?
I love to do the exact same thing. I love strolling the cities and looking at the architecture and taking it all in. Oh,
it is a good way to get to know places and people. To me, I'm always running into people when I do that. So we are just about out of time, and it's been wonderful to have you here. I know you were a little, slightly nervous about it, right?
Yeah, this is the first time I've done this.
Well, you did a great job, and you said it all. Deb, thank you. You're a wonderful co-host.
Thank you.
And thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week on Founders Forum. And thank you, Ray Loewe, and Ellen Haas, I forgot, for engineering. Thank you both. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
We hope you enjoyed your time with Founders Forum and that you found value to take with you throughout your day. Join us again next week for another episode of Founders Forum on WXKB 1039 HD2.